And finally, the last one is you got to work with what you got. Whether it's your physiology, it's an interesting thing with athletes over time is that often they outperform themselves later in life than they did early on in life. And that's because they learn to know themselves better. They learn themselves better and they learn what they need and they prioritize taking care of themselves. And so it's a very interesting dynamic that shows up. I'll leave you with one final story, which is that a couple of years ago, this was 2021, one of the triathlons that I competed in was an aqua bike. So this was not an Ironman, this was much shorter. And it was a swim followed by a bike only with no run afterwards. And I almost won first place. And the lady that beat me was 73 years old. And she and her husband had been doing triathlons for, I think she said 30 years. So she knew how to work with what she had. And the only reason she was doing the aqua bike that day was because her husband was doing the race also, and he wanted to just do the bike so that they could, have the rest of the day off. There's so much wisdom to that and honesty in that. And I think that as a healthcare practitioner that spends my day telling other people what to do, what to eat, what to prioritize in their lives, I think that testing myself regularly and really getting honest about how to work with what I've got and what actually does work gives me a lot more understanding for how to make things work and timing, right? Like what works when, because there's a lot of strategy to making big changes in your life. And the main strategy is you tend to make little changes over time, and that's what adds up to big changes. So thank you for being with me on this journey. Thank you for being part of this. I hope that this inspires you to take a moment and think about the art of sport. It doesn't have to be a triathlon, but the physical movement of activating the body and making those cells turn over a little bit faster and flush out a little bit more toxins as you do them, giving the lymphatic system a little bit of room to breathe and a little bit more room in your entire body for energy or oxygen to flow properly. These are all signs of health. This is what life is about. This is what strengthens us. We live in 21st century America, and it is so easy to sit on our tushes all day long and to decrease the blood flow that goes up the cerebral spinal column to our brains. It's so easy to kind of get tired and dumb from sitting all day. So it's something we have to train for. It's not that we're going to avoid sitting. In my office, I have a standing desk because I noticed I'm smarter when I stand. I haven't figured out how to stand when I drive my car. So instead I have the best ergonomics that I can do then. And then I also, pay attention to, one of my weak spots, one of the things that can happen for me is my core muscles can get weak because I'm focusing all this time and energy on swimming, biking, and running. So now I've had an awareness in my next level of training of, okay, now it's time to really get serious about the stability. So we're all learning. We're all on this path. We're all on this journey, and we're learning. And I'm so grateful for getting to learn with you. I'm grateful for getting to work with my clients as I have learned more about myself through the lab tests. And, of course, I'm very diligent to taking my supplements and doing my own muscle testing on myself regularly, and utilizing techniques that help to release different parts of my body through energetic pathways. I love sharing these tools. Like, I learned something that makes a different day on the trail for me on Saturday, and I bring it into the clinic on Monday and we get to play with it. And I think that is fantastic. So, so I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for being with me on this journey. Um, let's look for something that lights you up, or take a moment to reconnect with it. You probably already know what it is. Take a moment to reconnect with it. Going for a walk at the golden hour in this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful town that we live in, whatever you live in, and just taking some time to appreciate what's around you, or go for a jog and take time to really appreciate the life that's around you, the plants, the birds, the trees, the flowers, the squirrels. Just allow yourselves to enjoy, because that is a game-changing frequency. Love and gratitude are game-changing frequencies that will tremendously change your health. And there really isn't any more powerful advice than I could give you. How is the tricky bit, and I'm happy to help with that. So I'm Dr. Cynthia Clark. This is my journey towards health freedom, which I would love to share with you. Have a great day, and I hope you get your W's today. I hope you get your wins today.